Hello, beautiful friends. It is August 26th. My name is Joseph McDonald from Joe Company Consulting, philosopher, your friend. And I just wanted to make this little video talking about free things. So I have one of my beautiful teachers who has, throughout our journey, continued to suggest that free things have no value. And I want to turn that upside down. And I want to say that free things are as valuable as you make it. And the point that I met this person, they were offering free books outside their store, and I came in and I gave them $5 for a free book that I took. And the reason I did that is because I understand the value of the book. I gave value to the book. I gave value to the store. By paying for things, we give value for it. But just because we didn't pay for things in money doesn't mean they're not valuable to us. We give our time to things that are free, then we are suggesting they are valuable, because our time is the most valuable asset we have. I started Joe Company Consulting with this idea that I will offer you my time for free and you will pay me based on the value I generated for you. I had the unique privilege as a 25-year-old to have people pay me under no obligation $80 an hour, $50 an hour, here and there. $60 an hour, $40 an hour. At the time, that was completely unheard of for me, as I had recently left a supervisor job with a retail food business. Like nothing can be made in the service industry comparable to $80 an hour. At least not in the space that I was, being in a tourist chain franchise. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, I believe in freedom. I believe in free things. I believe that if everyone has everything they need, free, a house, food, there would be no conflict. The main reason I think people create crime and conflict in their own personal journeys is because they don't have what they need, or at least they believe they don't have what they need. Sure, we are completely provided for. Even those of a sinning and unenlightened nature have what they need, but they don't know that. And so if it was very clear, here's a house, here's food, just don't break anything, go make some culture, I think that would work. There is science and obviously a bunch of studies that have contrasting views, but until it actually comes to be, we don't know, because there's a lot of contextual variables there that haven't ever had an opportunity to play out, at least not on this planet, in my humble knowledge of history and all that I've studied. So I want to really point this free coming on for you to say, look at the internet. Look at what Facebook is. It's a massive free network. If we compare it to something 100 years prior, you're spending money on mail, you're spending money to pay the people for packages, for pictures, for art. You know, they didn't have video in the early 1900s, but as it emerged, there is so much value relative to where we get it for free from Facebook. The ability to connect with people is basically a superpower as of 200 years ago. So I really want to highlight that Facebook is one of these free things that has emerged on the market, and now no one can charge for that because they've already established it as free. Likewise, in the video streaming sector, we have so many competing, you know, HBO, Prime Video, Netflix, Disney Plus, it goes on, but we have a few that are free. I've only really had the privilege of using Tubi, but since using Tubi, I don't use anything else, because although Tubi doesn't have the best and most diverse content, it has a large amount of content, enough that I would never want to watch TV more than what Tubi is providing for me. Yes, perhaps you're really particular in what you watch, and you might have to independently source that or go somewhere else and pay somebody else. But if you're just watching TV just to fill your consciousness with TV, movies of a variety of qualities, then you don't need those other streaming services. And I think as you see Tubi free, you understand, wow, it's free, why would I go pay? And, you know, I'm sure in the future more will be free. Let's look at the music industry. You can pay Spotify money, you could pay YouTube money, but both of those things, in their essence, are free. All you have to pay is the time in addition to the time of watching the content for the advertisers, which as a percentile is really quite small. So those are two massive free things. And then let's look at video games. So many video games are free now, completely free. Fortnite, one of the biggest games going on, completely free. There's PlayerUnknown Battleground. There's Apex Legends, for example, and the list just keeps growing all the time, to the point where, me personally, I don't have to pay for video games. I haven't paid for more than some classic older video games. My budget for video games has dropped dramatically since I was a kid, even though I play not as much, but with a broken leg, you can understand I play a little bit more than I'd like. I'd much rather be hiking or working physically, but, you know, we get what we give, and sometimes we have to be patient and receive. So I just want to reiterate that things are becoming more free all the time. Whenever you talk to a consultant, as I am, they're always going to give you some value for free. A lot of businesses use this process of reciprocity, and they'll give you something for free up front, through trials, through samples. You can go to a market and you get free food samples. You can go to Costco, get free food samples. So it really continues to highlight a lot of things are free. And you know why this is, and you know why this is becoming more popular? Because humanity is starting to wake up to a higher level of consciousness. And part of this higher consciousness is recognizing what has come before us and what will exist after us. And I'll tell you, one of the most valuable things is nature. These trees behind me provide oxygen for you. They literally provide you life, and they've never asked for a dime. If you believe in God, you could say Creator gave you this form, and He's never asked for a dime either. Your body does all these things for you. It's never asked for a dime. So it really helps me understand the future that we're approaching as we recognize the greater intelligence among us and start to better replicate it. Recognize, replicate. That's what we do. And so I'm very excited for more free coming forward. I don't want to say universal basic income works because there's so many variables there. And one of the largest ones is you're giving control away. I want to tell you about a freedom where you don't give any control away, where you live with God and your community. And that's what I tried to do with the Loving Society Project. That's still an ongoing project. I work on it when I can and when I'm inspired to do so. And I hope that you too are in your own way working towards a more loving, free world where you have the wealth and abundance to give away something to somebody. Lesson, time, listen to them, give them love, give them food and shelter, give them hospitality. This is what the world is all about. This is what we're creating in the future. It's unconditional love, and sometimes it's packaged a little differently, but just go be kind. Thank you so very much. If you want to talk about this subject, I'm always available. Feel free to like, comment, share, and I love you, and I hope you have a great day and a great weekend. Thank you so much. God bless. See you later.